In a bustling city, there lived a boy named Arjun. He was exceptionally talented, quick-witted, and full of potential. His dream was to become an entrepreneur and build a business empire that would change lives. But Arjun had one major flaw: he lacked patience and discipline. He was always jumping from one idea to another, never sticking to anything long enough to see results. His enthusiasm was unmatched, but his focus was scattered. Every time he started working on something, he would soon get bored and move on to something new. His father, a hardworking businessman, often advised him, "Son, consistency is more important than talent." But Arjun never paid heed. He believed that ideas alone were enough to achieve success. One day, a prestigious business competition was announced at his college. The winner would receive funding and mentorship from top industry leaders. Arjun was excited and confident that he would win. He started working on his business plan, but as always, got distracted by other things. Watching videos on business success, browsing social media, and even daydreaming about his future success instead of working towards it. When the deadline arrived, his plan was incomplete. He submitted it half-heartedly, hoping his talent alone would be enough. A week later, the results were announced. Arjun's name was nowhere on the winners list. His classmates, who had put in consistent effort, secured the top spots. Arjun felt humiliated, not because he wasn't capable, but because he knew deep inside that he had wasted his chance. That night he lay awake, replaying his father's words in his mind. Consistency is more important than talent. Determined to change, Arjun sought advice from someone who had mastered the art of discipline. He remembered hearing about an old chess grandmaster, Mr. Viren, who had once been an ordinary player but had transformed himself into a champion through sheer perseverance. The next morning, Arjun visited Mr. Viren's humble home. The old man welcomed him with a warm smile. "Master," Arjun said, "I have great ideas and talent, but I lack discipline. I struggle to stay focused. Please teach me how to control my mind." The Grandmaster chuckled. "Ah, the mind, our greatest friend and worst enemy. Let me tell you a story." He continued, "Years ago, there was a young sculptor named Varun who wished to carve the finest statue ever made. He had incredible skills, but he lacked patience. He would start chiseling a statue, but halfway through, he would get frustrated and abandon it. He did this repeatedly, never completing a single masterpiece. One day, he visited an old sculptor renowned for his breathtaking work. He asked, "Master, how do you create such perfect statues?" The old sculptor handed him a hammer and a chisel and said, "Come with me." They walked to a barren land, where a massive rock stood alone. The master pointed at it and said, "Hit this rock with all your strength." Varun struck it once, nothing happened. He hit it again and again, but the rock remained unshaken. Frustrated, he said, "Master, this is pointless." The old sculptor smiled. "Patience, my boy." For the next several days, Varun continued to strike the rock. He saw no change, but he obeyed the master. Then, on the 100th strike, the rock suddenly split open, revealing a stunning crystal inside. Varun was astonished. The master said, "The first strike and the 100th strike had the same power, but it was the consistency that led to success. If you had given up at the 99th strike, you would have never seen the crystal." "You see, Arjun," the Grandmaster said, "your talent is like the hammer, but without patience and discipline, you will never see the results of your efforts." Arjun nodded, finally understanding. "Master, how do I build discipline?" The Grandmaster smiled and gave him 3 simple principles. Commit to one goal. Stop chasing too many things at once. Pick one goal and dedicate yourself to it fully. Build habits, not just motivation. Motivation fades, but habits sustain success. Set a routine and follow it every day. Embrace boredom. Success is built in the moments when it feels repetitive and tiring. Stay consistent even when excitement fades. Arjun took these words to heart. He chose one business idea and stuck with it. He set a routine, working on his plan every single day, even when it felt tedious. He cut out distractions and focused only on his goal. Over time, his discipline strengthened. A year later, he entered another business competition. This time, he was prepared. He didn't just participate, he won first place. As he stood on the stage receiving the award, he recalled the Grandmaster's words. The first strike and the 100th strike have the same power, but it is the consistency that creates the breakthrough. From that day on, Arjun lived by one principle: discipline beats talent when talent lacks discipline.